Okay, this video is specifically for my YouTube viewers, and it's to fulfill something I had said before. As you know, I used a GTX 1060 6GB in my Dell Precision T7400. Now, technically, you could squeeze a 1070 standard in there because 150 watt is what they're supposed to use, and that system will put out 150 watt for the cards. But you still have to have an adapter from a 6-pin to an 8-pin. Well, I didn't want to do that. I didn't want to go beyond the 6GB. But I mentioned that in the Dell Precision T7400, you can go all the way up to a 1080 because they're using 225 watts with these systems. But they still have two 6-pin connectors. But I didn't want to use the 1080 because of the GDDR memory and all that kind of stuff. Not that it would be bad, but I wanted to stay with traditional memory. And the GTX 1070 Ti is the last card that still uses the standard GDDR5 memory. Of course, they're probably going to have some more and some, this new generation of stuff on the lower levels. But regardless, as we stand right now, that's the fastest card you can get. And NVIDIA is more compatible with these older systems than the comparative ATI versions. So, or AMD, depending on who you're talking to. Anyway, so I was going to get GTX 1070 Ti to put in this. But then I got to thinking, this machine is 10 years old. I'm going to go ahead and get the Precision T5810 that I've been thinking about getting. They're not a brand new machine either. They're about 4 years old, but they're great machines. Well, they got the same issue. They've got one that has a 425 watt power supply, one that has a 485, 685 watt, and then they got a 825. Well, if you've got the 685, you've got the wattage, but it still has two 6-pin hookups. So I got the adapter, the dual 6 and the 8 adapter, right here. There's your dual 6 in to an 8 out. Well, I was going to go ahead and put it in the 5810, but I got to thinking, some of my viewers probably wants to see this card used in the Dell Precision T7400. And that's what I mean, because I'll be switching over from this machine, but to give my viewers a chance to see if it works, I'll put it in here. Now, I'm sure to have a big bottleneck. And actually, this one has dual quad core 3 gigahertz, and the T5400 has a dual quad 3.16 gigahertz, so it is actually a faster processor. Here's my card. Now, why am I using this card? This is the basic card. It's got the blower style, which a lot of people don't like. They say they don't cool as good. But I think they do cool good, because if you have system errors or system fan issues or whatever, this one still forces air to come in here so it can blow out the back. So it's still going to pull air even if your case fan goes out. Second of all, this is the same style, that fan, the same style that NVIDIA uses on their Quadro card. They're high-end cards. So there must be a good reason for them. Thirdly, them other fans that are so open on the top, if anything falls loose in your case, it's likely to hit it, whereas you can still hit this, but it's less likely. So, good to go. This is the card. It did not come with a splitter wire. I done opened it to check that. So, here we go. Now, I shall lay this big monster down. Like that. Reach under the bottom to hit this fin, this little release under here, which can be a pain to get off of there sometimes. There's my old card. This is a Quadro 4800 gig half memory, but it's DDR3 memory. DirectX 10. Now, you see this 8-pin here. Some people see these in the case and think, oh, I do got an 8-pin. This 8-pin will not hook to this thing. Watch. See, it will not hook up because the design is different. This right here wasn't meant for video cards. These machines, these 7400s, can run extra memory. You can put memory riser boards in them, and this powers the riser board. So it's not a true 8-pin for what we need. Wondering. Oh, it's not wanting to go all the way down on it. There we go. Don't like that. Okay, now make sure the wires run under the bottom, including this one. Again, we want to look out for the fans. We don't want stuff landing in the fans. Okay, so I ran some tests and I used a Far Cry Primal built-in benchmark test machine. Is it the same way I did with the other one? And I did other tests in the past, but all I did was the Primal benchmark this time. And running on normal settings, it actually seems to be worse. I may be wrong, but it seems to be worse than it was with the GTX 1060. Of course, that machine had a little bit faster processor. And remember, what we're holding back is the bottleneck of the system right now. So that may be making a difference. But whenever I ran it with the ultra high definition pack that you can put down everything set up as high as it can go on 1080p, everything set up as high as it could go, widest frame of view, everything. It came in at 31 frames average. But when you got in the game, it ran really smooth. I was surprised how smooth it ran in the game. Because it had gotten, the low was 21 when I ran the benchmark, but in the actual game, ran great. So there again, I think just the torque of the system is pulling it through, but it's still bottlenecking the card real bad. So it can run the heavy load, but at a lower speed, but it holds it really good. But you're still wasting your money to buy a 1070 or a 1070 Ti and put them in one of these systems. Again, I would not go anything beyond the GTX 1060 6 GB. And the reason why you want the 6 GB is where you got extra memory to play with. A 1050 Ti would probably be sufficient, to tell you the truth. But if you wanted to just max it out, again, I suggest not going beyond the 1060 6 GB. And you're great. Just leave it at that. Anything beyond that, it's time for a new computer, which I'm going to make a video about that here shortly. I'm going to open it up. For whatever reason, I don't like that area. Okay, obviously you can see what it is. Go ahead and open the case while I'm at it. Now, this card came from the B&H website, and it was on that $350 deal where you could get it for $350. They actually have it there for $400 right now. It was $500, and they had $150 off. Well, now they've got another deal, but you can get it for $400. I actually looked at that case right there myself, but I don't see no wires. So it's a good thing I opened it because I need those wires. So I am going to get them wires. Man, this thing sticks on there pretty good. Squeaky card. Just because it's new. Come on off of there. See, I'm not into a bunch of gimmicks and all that kind of stuff. A lot of these cards have all that stuff on it. I don't care about all that. It's a video card. Okay. I did read somewhere that the top here lights up. Just right in here. Which I could also care less about. Looks like there's plastic on there, but maybe that was just my imagination. But there she is, folks.